6.
That's
Six.
Oh, it's a 6.
It's a 6. Oh my god.
Please let it be a no ball. Please let it be a no ball.
They will, by the way, review it.
Please let it be
I
a
don't
no
think
ball.
so. They
no.
won't.
Why?
No, they won by 1.
Oh, they won. Okay.
Oh, why would
He
they-
bowled well behind the tram line.
Because it
Who is
was.
that?
The high one.
Yeah.
At the height they might.
They could.
No, but it was
Do they have it?
No, they have 2 reviews, but I don't think.
No, but they will take the review.
I think they should.
There's no harm taking the review. He's a short guy. You never know. And
Are they
anyway-
taking it? They haven't.
No, they should take it.
They're not, I guess.
They aren't.
They should.
They ideally should. They have
Yeah.
2 reviews.
And given way calls that we've seen with no balls in the past.
Are they reviewing?
Yeah.
Oh,
They take
they
it.
have
good.
reviewed
They've taken
it.
Good.
That's what they're waiting. I think. Yeah.
If that happens, that means
no,
they've
no,
won.
No, they haven't done it. They need 1 more run then.
No.
6
No,
and 1.
I think they're taking it. With that pensive look in
Two more.
the dugout, I
See,
think
they
they're
needed
taking
8
the
and 1. If it's a no ball
Yeah,
and a
then
6,
it's a
7.
tie, but then he'll have to bowl another.
On the ball.
Another ball.
And
So
they'll
they
need
need
one.
1 of 1.
They'll need one.
But have they? I don't think they have.
To me, Gautam Gambhir looked
Very pensive. But he
Yeah.
always does.
No, but now if they're taking it, then the time is up. They should
15
have taken
seconds.
it, but I think at that time the batsman didn't take a call. Later it seemed like Rinku was, with gestures saying that it could have been, but I don't think he asked for it. Because even when that image that you saw of Gautam Gambhir looking a bit serious, he was still shaking hands with the players. Otherwise, he would have stopped that. No, let's look at it. Though, I mean, truth be told, I didn't think that was a no ball. I was a low full toss only.
Yeah.
But no harm checking.
No,
Yes.
they haven't.
They didn't take it. It didn't. But they should have. They should have taken a no ball. Never say never. He's a short guy, marginal, and we've seen no balls, different interpretations on different umpires. You never know what this umpire would have thought of it. I'd love to see the replay, just that the broadcaster isn't showing us one. But had that been a full toss, if they had referred it, did they firstly have those 2?
They had 2
reviews
reviews.
left? So they had 2 reviews left. They had nothing to lose. They should have reviewed it.
Yeah.
Just in case if it was a no ball, they would have got 1 run of that. Then 1 was needed of 1 to win. They didn't do that while they're stopping here again.
Yeah,
There it is.
exactly.
No.
Oh no,
No?
that's not. It's not.
I couldn't see it.
Was
It was here.
What
Huh?
was it?
Hip.
Was
hip.
it? Was
Okay.
it? By the way, it could have been caught as well. I just thought that he dived
Yeah.
No, he
slightly. No, I didn't need that much of a dive, is what I'm saying. Sometime you do it. Anyway, all that is in hindsight. The big news is Lucknow Super Giants become the 3rd team to qualify for the playoffs, which means in all our predictions yesterday for top 4, nobody had picked Lucknow and Chennai, right? Everyone had picked.
I picked Chennai.
Yeah, everyone. You not picked Lucknow and
No.
Chennai. Na? You had picked Mumbai and RCB.
Yeah.
You had picked Mumbai and RCB.
Yeah.
Picked Mumbai and RCB.
Yep.
Wasn't there yesterday.
Achha.
Even I wasn't there yesterday, but we had this conversation
Yeah.
a couple of days back.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Maybe Tuesday also I wasn't there. Maybe
Because now Mumbai and RCB cannot happen.
Yeah, that would.
I remember nobody other than me had picked LSG to be in the top 4. This is 2 days ago. I'm not going to our initial predictions before the IPL started.
That also
we will revisit.
Yes.
We will revisit those predictions. But just 2 days ago, all predictions, LSG was, I think I was the only one to have picked it. Nobody did. But now, as things stand, it will be either between Royal Challengers Bangalore or Mumbai Indians who will qualify. The thing is that RCB are in a much better position, because if Mumbai were to lose, then RCB qualify irrespective.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to lose by a huge margin, because then RR will go past them. If they just lose by a okayish margin or a very slim margin like today's game, then win lose they qualify. If it's rained out as is expected, Mumbai lose, still they qualify. If Mumbai win and RCB also win, still RCB qualify. So everything in favor of RCB. The only way Mumbai qualifies is Mumbai wins and RCB loses.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only way Mumbai qualifies. So for them it's pretty simple. For RCB, there are various other options. Losing also can help them qualify.
Provided Mumbai lose.
But
Exactly.
there's a huge cloud
Yes.
over the game, quite literally.
No. So while you guys were coming down, me and Sarthak did a weather check.
That
So
Karnataka weather, that was a
the-
5 hours back.
the prediction is a 60% chance of rain, and 60 is pretty low. I mean, usually if you go by weather predictions, it's 80-ish, 85 kind of prediction where you definitely get a rain. 60% prediction now, and there was no rain later in the evening. So worst comes to worst, if it does rain, that prediction, it could be a delayed start.
We read something very contrary to this. What we read was, we were also talking about this upstairs, and what that particular piece said, rather suggested, was that there's high chances of rain in the evening
Evening
especially. And high chance, like an
Early
80%.
evening. No. We saw a 60% one. But which we didn't read a piece. We
We
went
read
on
a
the
tweet.
weather app.
I read a tweet.
Tweet.
Karnataka weather. The official Karnataka weather handle.
We went to one of those various weather apps.
Also, there's a misconception that when they say there's a 80%, 60%, whatever chances of rain, it doesn't mean that those are the chances of rain. It means that 80% of the area could get rain.
And
That's
remember,
what it means. So that's, I mean,
Chinnaswamy is in a very strange rain shadow area. It may rain around Anil Kumble circle, Mekri circle, but it will not rain in the Chinnaswamy stadium. It can happen.
Is it like CK Play Station?
It can be. I mean, I have seen in Bangalore, suppose that is one area where Harshit is. I am here. It's raining there, here it's bright sunshine. That much difference. It's in a strange rain shadow area.
So now we just can't get Chinnaswamy weather. Nah, exactly that we can't get.
Anyway,
There's
look,
no app that tells you exactly what
the Chinnaswamy stadium will be bone
we'll have to
dry.
send people in,
Anyway, it will be bone
stay
dry.
there 24/7.
It will be bone dry, that outfield and this thing, because the subsurface aeration system will
Please
be working.
increase the
over.
font for us to see. See the
RCB also put out a tweet saying that they had the practice session after it poured and it was dry. You could check the RCB handle.
today it was dry. It was expected to rain, but it was dry today. That I read.
Yeah, after.
No, where was it pouring then?
It poured around 4.
Yeah,
4 in
and
the
then
evening.
after an hour, they had the practice session also.
It poured at 4. See, if the rain, even if it lashes down from morning till evening, from 9 to 5, the Chinnaswamy will be ready within 10 minutes.
Also, all you need is a 10-over match to make it a proper game.
True.
No, I'm saying
Yeah.
because RCB by that time would know what has happened. In case Mumbai is lost, they don't care. Rain will do good to them because 1 point will easily help them qualify. They don't even have to look at run rate of Rajasthan. Just qualify.
Yeah.
The only way that anything could happen is if it's a shortened game, a 5-over sort of a game. Even then, it's kind of okay for them if Mumbai have lost, because then their run rate cannot go down that much, and they will go ahead of Rajasthan anyway. So the only thing is, if Mumbai win, then they'll be sweating over the weather and hope that at least a minimum 5-over
Which looks more likely.
game happens.
What? A Mumbai win.
Mumbai win.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are playing
SRH.
the mighty
SRH.
SRH
And at the Wankhede.
and at the
One KD factor is big.
Yeah.
Very big.
As I said, they are reliant on 2 things, Sky and Wankhede. Sky may not perform, but Wankhede will help them.
Okay, let's turn our attention to the game that has happened here. Just looking at Shane, you can very well make out that what's happened to KKR, it's another loss. So any little hope that they had of qualifying, done and dusted, even if little bit,
The hope,
whatever.
no. So the equation was.
I was done
It
earlier.
was done before because they needed to win.
But it still happened in this match, no? They haven't seen you.
overs.
They haven't seen you after officially they were.
Yeah, 8.3 overs they needed to chase this down. And so, truth be told, all I wanted was bow out with a little bit of pride, get a win. You missed out by this much. So, it's very mixed emotions. On one hand, you can say you're proud of how the team went, despite, on the other, you can say if one of those batsmen didn't throw their wickets away, might have been looking
Last year you lost by 2 runs, this year lost by 1 run.
So, next year will be a tie.
Yes.
By the way, before we dissect the loss of Kolkata Knight Riders and Lucknow Super Giants win, I mean, outstanding effort by Rinku Singh. What a season he had. Brilliant.
Lord
Rinku
Rinku.
Singh, you have been one of the standout stars of this IPL. What, I mean, hitting, such clean hitting, effortless hitting, I might add. It doesn't look like he's actually muscling them. On one end, you have someone like a Russell who feels like that he's gone out to wrestle. And actually, when he's trying to hit Eva Bishno, you could see it today, that he was actually trying to whack it, like, really uses muscle power and use that bat as some sort of a baseball bat and hit it like for a home run. That looked like. But when Rinku was hitting that 110 meter six also that he hit, no effort at all. It wasn't even swing, not even that high a backswing. Okay, just pure timing, connects it, and then it goes for a six. Most of his shots, and then he also is not all about hitting sixes. Huh? Today he showed that cover drive that he hit for a 4, that slower Naveen ball that he chipped over point and extra cover for the third man region when there was no third man for 4. So he's a complete batsman who can bat in different gears. Technically looks very solid. Barring that one delivery that was really quick by Yashakur, and I think most batsmen would have been late on that delivery. Other than that, his batting has been flawless throughout this season. He finishes the season with 14 matches, 474 runs. Remember, he's got those 474 batting at 5-6 or wherever else he bats, unlike most other top order batsmen. An average of 60 at that batting position at a strike rate of 150. Absolutely a standout performer. I would go so far as to say, I'm again from top of my head, if I had to pick top 5 performers this IPL, Rinku makes it to my top 5.
He has definitely given you the top moment ever.
Yeah, those
That
31
runs. Nothing can come close to that. And
Today also
today
we had
also
done
we
40
thought,
odd in 2 overs.
yeah,
That's the kind of situation they were, and they fell short by
1 run.
One
He almost
run.
ended another Yash's
Yeah.
career. Yash Dayal and Yash Thakur copied from Shane.
This close to ending or rather flatlining the career of another Yash. But see, it was just
loves Yashes.
Yeah, he clearly loves Yashes. Is Yash Thakur also a UP lad by any chance?
Aare Vidarbha.
Vidarbha, yeah.
Oh,
Vidarbha.
अच्छा. Because I guess I was hoping, and I was just saying it would be very ironic if it had to be Mohsin who was bowling the last, because Mohsin is a UP lad, their teammates at the domestic level. So is Yash Dayal. So it would have actually been a case of Rinku demolishing 2 of his domestic teammates. But yeah, I think he's been... See, that's why I say when I look back at the season, it's very mixed. Because I think once you had Shreyas Iyer ruled out, you knew the batting was going to struggle. Always. Especially, and also captaincy. Now, captaincy, to be fair, Nitish, I think, did a better job than anyone expected.
Yes.
But,
Agreed.
yeah,
Agreed.
but it
Good
was...
stuff, Nitish Rana as well.
Yes, full credit.
And not just Nitish Rana, the captain, Nitish Rana, batsman also stepped up a little later. So kudos to KKR. I think, yes, they've not qualified, but the way I looked at their squad, and also as he points out, Shreyas Iyer going out, an inexperienced captain taking over. Inexperienced in the sense like not at the top level. He's done captaincy at the domestic level for Delhi. But all of that put into place, I thought that then they won't be contenders. But, they've not made it to top 4, but I think they've punched above their weight.
They have, that's the thing. Because there were 2 things that worked. One is the Shreyas Iyer captaincy. You knew for a fact, okay, there's no Shreyas. There goes your best middle order bat. Last year got 400 odd runs.
Yeah.
Suddenly that's runs gone. And also another advantage, he was someone who would effortlessly take on the spinners. In the kind of conditions we've got this year, he would have been very valuable. Not just at Kolkata, in grounds around India this year. Last year it was just limited to 3 grounds. So that was one. The other was that unfortunately their preferred team combination didn't work for one simple reason. Lockie Ferguson was woeful. Remember, he came off an injury, played 1 or 2 games and was terrible. So with Lockie on, 2 things were compromised. One, your most experienced pace bowler. Second, your death bowling. Gone. Suddenly in the middle you're supposed to change your order. Because you're changing your team combination, you have to fit in 2 relatively young pacers in Harshit Rana and Vaibhav Vadora. In fact, you even lost the form of Umesh, another factor. Last year, Umesh was getting you wickets in the power play. This year, he did nothing. You're forced to bring in 2 young pacers who, to their credit, I think also punched above their weight. Both Harshit and Vaibhav Vadora. Both did very well. Despite all that, so again, keeping all these struggles in mind, the fact that they got to 12 points, this close to 14, is an overachievement.
Yeah, but today I think they had no business losing. Firstly, I think it was a slightly below par total that they got at Eden Gardens, and you were cruising 61 for no loss, and over 10 runs and over. In some 5 overs you had reached 60 odd runs, no wicket you've lost. From there, so when you get 60, you've almost got about 40% of your runs there, having not lost any wicket and used like not even like 20 odd % of the overs that you had. From there, to go on and lose a match. KKR had no business. Of course, yes, as I said, later great effort by Rinku, the way he took it. But from that position, losing, I don't know.
I mean, if I want to add to KKR's woes, unfortunately, Rinku Singh didn't get support from the likes of Andre Russell on a consistent basis in 2023. Just two or three games.
What was he doing today? He wanted to smack every ball out of the ground.
Yeah.
Well done to Ravi Bishnoi. He's been outstanding.
Yeah.
But hello, all the balls that he got beaten to were all googlies. You know, every ball is coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you've never played cricket, you watched a little bit of cricket, you know what's coming next. We're sitting here and watching it, you know exactly that's what he's going to be bowling. Yet he can't figure that out. He's swinging like a novice, like somebody, not like a experienced batsman, but somebody who's just thinking that, oh, I've got a bat in my hand and I've got to be aggressive and I have to hit it out. A mature batsman never do it. Especially you play the percentage, you know that 5 out of the 6 balls he's bowling are coming in like that. You play it accordingly.
I mean, take out that 1-6, 1 of 8.
Yeah.
He didn't even try for singles or twos. And remember, what's the margin of loss? 1 run.
Also, who was he batting with? Rinku Singh.
Rinku.
You should have ideally, if as a sensible batsman, you know that okay, I'm going to struggle to play the wrist spinner. Even if this wrist spinner is only bowling me googlies, conventional wisdom says I take the strike and get away from the strike, take a single and give it to the guy who knows how to play spinners.
Yeah.
And Rinku Singh is a good player to spin.
And not just spin. Bishnoi would have struggled to maintain the right and left combinations.
Yes.
1 of 8 is a damning indictment of Russell and it mirrors KKR this season. Too many good players but not living up to potential.
Exactly. There's too less contribution. Even Sunil Narayan, by the way.
Yeah.
I think beyond the last 2 games, if you look at the record he's had with the ball, woeful. With the bat, he's not come to the body once. So,
yeah. I mean, there was a Rinku Singh, relatively inexperienced guy at the crease at that stage, and there was Andre Russell, the conqueror of the world, like the gladiator, and Rinku actually knows how to pace his inning at that time, and Andre Russell looked completely clueless. So tells you a lot about maybe, I don't know, how poor Andre Russell has been. You can look at it anyway, or how brilliant Rinku Singh has been.
I think this guy, look, he's got superstar written all over him. You have to be something really special if you've got the entirety of the Eden Garden chanting for you. Eden Garden is a knowledgeable crowd.
Even ahead of the game, all these guys were so pumped up going to the stadium. They weren't talking about a Narayan or Russell during the chat that you had with the Anirban. All of those guys were chanting Rinku's name. They had what he's done with the couple of innings is he's got entire stadium now, the entire city chanting his name, and that's to his credit. Yeah,
He's become a cult hero.
Yeah.
And that's the first
He deserves
sign
all that love and praise.
that if he stays in that same franchisee, he can do it big.
I'm definitely sure they're retaining
Look,
him.
there's no chance. Truth be told, with KKR, you don't need to release. There's not a need for a full reset. There never is, but a lot of franchises believe otherwise. But I think you need to sort out maybe 2 or 3 things. One, you need an experienced Indian bowler or unexperienced foreign bowler. Then you can tweak your combinations. Opening may be a woe because Gurbaaz started well, tapered off. Jason Roy has consistently given you starts, and Venkatesh Iyer, another one of your batsmen who's really good this year, is best at the top of the order. Are you going to play him at number 3 when you have Shreyas Iyer back? No. Not when Shreyas Iyer is a consistent middle order bat. So you sort your opening, get one bowler in, and maybe backups for Russell and Narayan. Because again, I always come back to it. Last year, if you could drop Varun when he was having a bad run, not Narayan, not Russell, no one should be Indian. If you had Shakib this year, could have been looking at a very different thing. Because Shakib is a very handy bat, and I'd say, dare I say, a better batsman than Narayan at this point. Not that that's saying much. And he gives you 4 overs. I think if you had a Shakib, you could have seen potentially that tweak. KKR are not afraid to drop a lot of players. Kuldeep also, we ruined his career only, no? Dropping him for...
There's such positive things he has to say about his franchise.
No, but it's good.
I'm honest.
Yeah,
honest.
you got to be critical when required. Being as fans, it doesn't mean the franchise.
But when you are required to be critical, you should be, na?
Yeah.
But are you critical?
Yeah.
You don't kick a man when he's down. And Delhi Capitals, unfortunately,
are always down.
Yeah, he said it, not me. It's
I'm
hard to
critical.
believe this is a team that made it to a final
3 years ago.
back.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
And also playoffs in 2021 also.
Ah, right.
You got knocked out in the
last
second
year also
qualifier.
finished fifth. It was
Fifth.
only, by the way, had Rishabh Pant taken that review and Tim David was out, then he didn't take the review, Delhi would have sealed it. Tim David, Delhi finished fifth in that much needed win.
Yep.
That match that they had against Mumbai,
Yes.
last game.
So the 3 teams that have made it so far,
Hmm.
I had predicted in my top 4.
I predicted shockingly 2 of them. I had predicted Chennai and Lucknow. 2 teams are disappointed me. KKR, of course. And I don't know, I need to go back and examine what I was on at that point that I picked DC. I have no
I initially,
I
don't
empathize
blame you.
with you because my 4th pick was SRH. So look where they finished.
yeah, I initially picked out DC as well, and I think I had LSG. I'd have to go back and look at my tweet because I said MI a couple days ago. I'd have to scroll a lot.
She tweets alert.
I've got
I
two
had
right.
Gujarat, Chennai, Lucknow.
What was
Let's
it,
go.
65k views? On that last tweet? There we go. 65k. Jesus.
Yep. I had picked GTCSK. I think my 4th team could be right tomorrow.
Am I?
I had picked RCB.
RCB, right?
I didn't pick the LSG, I picked RR.
3 have reached Gujarat, Chennai, and Lucknow Super Giants for me. But I
One
know
is
the
not
4th
reaching.
is not reaching.
Yep.
So that's not bad.
Yeah. Even for me, 2 out of 4 is not bad.
Yeah, 2 out of 4 I'll take.
Because you have both RCB and Mumbai, so it doesn't matter, right? One of them.
Yeah, I had RCB in that, but I don't know. I think they are making
You
it.
didn't have MI?
I didn't have him. I had RR.
RR.
GT, CSK, RR, RCB. Those were my 4 teams.
Did I not pick RR?
I had-
Check.
RR, LSG, RCB, and DC in the very beginning.
So,
So LSG is
potentially,
qualified.
you
Yeah.
only have one. Potentially, it could be
Just
just
be
one.
one, yeah.
I mean, it could be 2 also if RCB make it.
Yeah.
But or just one. And
Two-
you had LSG,
no.
and yesterday you were not picking LSG to
Yeah, I didn't. I completely
Day
forgot
before
about
or
them.
whatever. She had initially got LSG and she wasn't picking LSG.
Yeah, I picked CSK, LSG are right. DC, KKR no. DC, what
That's
was
what
I thinking?
happened. DC, I don't know, but KKR obviously picked because he's a fan.
Yeah, that was one I had to pick.
This is what happens.
3 out of 4.
Where you know,
Sympathies.
yeah. What is it? Brain and
Brain
and
and heart.
Listen to the head, not the heart.
Yes. Absolutely.
Not
Head, not the heart.
Yeah, but truth be told, for me, sport, I think one of the fun is when you're that emotionally invested. If I wasn't that emotionally invested, I wouldn't have been jumping around the last time Rinku hit 5 sixes.
You were working on your routine?
What routine? Oh, for the RCB win, yeah, I've got a rap.
Oh, nice.
Rap.
Yes.
Bring it on. That'll go
Which
viral.
I didn't make it,
What does
but
it
I'll do
matter?
it anyway.
Fetch
So
her.
plagiarize.
Plagiarism.
So
No,
now-
it's not. I'll just be singing a rap. That's all.
So
Rapping
KKR
a rap.
eliminated, I can actually reveal what it is that I had prepared. If
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Show it to
no,
us.
I can't show because it makes no sense.
Why not?
Because it was the
You were happy with how KKR season is gone?
Yeah.
So for that. Rinku Singh's no kya deserves
Yeah.
some sort of
So
celebration.
let me
all
reveal what it was
recognition.
first.
Yeah,
Let's see the
yeah.
enthusiasm. We can even keep a poll if
Okay,
necessary.
Anurag, please put a poll.
So the plan which I had was that if KKR make it, I'd do the OG Korbol or Bojit dance.
Oh,
The-
what was that?
So when the
Shah Rukh
I
IPL
think we
was
should group
launched,
anyway just to refresh our memories.
the
I don't
IPL was launched. Every team, I think a lot of teams
I
had
know
music
Korbol.
videos.
Yeah.
So KKR, that gold, black and gold,
Yeah, yeah.
where he had Shah Rukh dancing.
That
That
helmet as
photo
well.
with the glasses and the bat, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. There's no need for a poll. He has to be obviously more.
I don't
than-
remember it.
You wouldn't. You would have been 8 years old.
So that's why I need to see it.
I'm just walking into them at this point.
So a little later,
Yeah.
even though his team is out, but Shane so sportingly has agreed to do the original Korbo Lorbo Jeetbo dance from
He's
season
saying,
1 of
I'm
IPL.
co-host.
No, I said have I? Have I agreed?
Yes.
I have agreed.
Because come on, Rinku's performance, Rinku's outstanding performance and a season deserves
Actually,
some
this
sort of
season-
celebration, right?
Chalo, for Rinku.
For Rinku.
For Lord Rinku.
For
That's
Rinku.
nice.
Meanwhile, can we take a few questions? And by the way, now also just putting in perspective, the knock that Nicholas Puran played.
Yes.
One thing that we saw with this pitch, and maybe at that time we kind of may have misread it, at least in the second inning, it was gripping. The one thing that was really went to the advantage of the Lucknow team, no dew. I was reading the commentary, no dew at
dew.
all. So,
Yes.
so they were lucky in that regard. Or maybe, they knew about it, I don't know, but they were lucky in that regard that there was no dew while they were bowling. So that really helped the Lucknow team. The other, Nicholas Puran batting at a strike rate of 200 on this kind of a pitch, where the ball was really gripping, and he had to also negotiate spinners when he came at that time. So incredible performance from both Rinku Singh, Nicholas Puran. Nicholas Puran we discussed earlier and kind of agreed that this is the best version of Nicholas Puran we've seen. And I think it is clearly the best version of Rinku Singh.
From 73 for 5 to 176.
Would it even be a poll, let's say, as to whose performance people like more, Rinku or Puran? Is there
It will
one
be
clear
Rinku,
winner, or
of course.
this is up for a poll?
Clear
Hard
winner.
pick.
I would say it will go in favor of Rinku.
Yes.
It would they would. Not for anything else.
It's
but
a close one, but.
Yeah, it's a close one. But
Correct.
close one if you analyze.
Yeah, okay, put
Chalo.
it on.
But I think with Rinku, the emotion.
Who's your man of the match? Nicholas Puran for XYZ from XYZ balls?
See, man of the match, if you said, then what Siddharth just said, then people will take that into perspective. Match winning knock, then of course, one run.
For impact.
But we can just, let's say, ask whose knock did you enjoy more?
Then the Rinku will win.
Yeah.
That's
Hands down.
Yeah, but then if you want a man of the match, then
Chalo, man of the match. Man of the match.
Because as I say, for emotion, it's like you've taken the match this close, lone warrior. For emotion, everyone loves a nice masala
And-
story. Rinku is perfect.
And also, batting second makes a huge difference. Had
Yes.
Nicholas Puran batted seconds in similar fashion and won the match,
Against the Saraj.
then maybe
Also, Indian batter.
But
yeah, possible. Anyway, so whose performance? Who was the man of the match? You can put
Who's your man of the match? Yeah, just
performance, and we'll
the
put
two
that
names.
poll out. Hariharan Vishwanathan from the US of A says, "Wish the top order makes it slightly less difficult for Rinku not to fight extreme battles. How much of a Superman does KKR want Rinku to be each time?" But Hariharan, just to point out, today their top order was outstanding. 61 for no loss in 5 odd overs. Couldn't have asked. I think it was that middle order, which once again was a muddled
If
order.
you have to say Rinku, that was Superman ever, but remember that GT game, even the top order had really done well.
yeah, it was the middle order that failed.
Yeah.
Venki got like a
Rashid got a hat-trick.
78 and absolutely murdered Rashid Khan before he came back and got that hat-trick. He'd taken him to the cleaners. In fact, I remember in that match, funniest graphic ever. You have that
100%
thing-
middle.
Yeah, you have the thing where they talk about percentage of shots middled edge. Venkatesh Iyer 100% middled. I'm like, what pitch is this guy batting on? He didn't edge one, he didn't miss one. 20 balls, 20 middle. So actually today, you're right, it's not the top order, it's the middle order. Rana played poorly, then Gurbaz looked way out of place in the middle order. After that, then it was the lower as well, because Shardul, Russell, Narayan, none of them did well. It was again down to careful, he's a hero. I think that's how they should be treating Rinku at this point. Careful, he's a hero. Don't do anything to him. It's man.
Gurbaz reminds me, did anyone catch the Naveen ul Haq celebration? The crowd
Silencing
was
the crowd.
chanting
he did.
Kohli, Kohli.
Kohli, Kohli, and he did.
Yep.
Naveen.
He's been getting a lot of that.
Yes.
I don't think it's fair on the crowd to be doing that to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Everywhere he's going to go, you're going to scream Kohli, Kohli. Unfair.
Yeah.
Naveen. Yeah, I did see him. And when Gurbaz got out, he looked at the crowd and said, "Be quiet."
Even the previous match, I saw some footage
Yeah,
in
yeah.
social media. Somebody from the stands was again trying to just rile him up, again doing that Kohli, Kohli. Not done.
Absolutely not done.
I mean, it's again, it exposes the fact that you blindly hero worship someone. Was Virat? I mean, Virat, was he a guardian angel at that time when that whole incident happened?
I
He
think
was the trigger.
it's more about just getting a reaction out of either Virat or Naveen.
The
Anyone.
problem is, see, all these so-called toxic fan bases are using that icon's name to just ensure that they tarnish a particular player.
I don't think it's that deep.
It is. It is. I mean,
It's
see,
to rile him up. Simple as.
Yeah.
I agree with the fact that such fans do bring a bad name to the sport. Yeah, they do. I mean, there should be no place for such guys. You're kicked out of the stadium. But I also kind of agree that it's not so much about,
Virat.
Virat. The fans also, a lot of these people now just want some sort of reaction. They want to
Exactly.
play a role there and they want to be noticed and they're like, we'll do something and he'll react. So we've played some part in upsetting him. They go share with their friends and laugh. We're the ones who were doing
Take
bullying,
videos.
and he was, reacting. We were troubling him. Ha 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 ha.
That is the dark side of the Indian cricket fan.
Yeah.
That is the dark side of it. And I'm sorry, whatever it is, all the toxic fan bases that are there, you are hiding behind Virat Kohli. Whatever it is, if suppose we criticize it, the word is criticism, not hate.
Yes.
The same fan base will somehow find our personal handles and abuse us also. Because these people, these particular groups, I call them the ultras. Every club, every individual has those ultras.
Football, yes.
Football, even rugby, the All Blacks. I mean, their ultras are also horrible. They will come and abuse you personally because they take it personally. When they don't realize that they are tarnishing their icon's image, they don't realize that they are blind in that sense.
Do you think the icons, what stops the icon because they get to know? What stops them from,
Putting out a word.
telling them to back off? I don't know.
Doesn't
I think they've only had enough of the hate.
They themselves get it.
Yeah.
they themselves get up. And you cannot do that in a country like
Somebody
India.
like a
You can't
Virat
do it.
Kohli is too biggest, has such huge stature that I actually, it's a good suggestion. Let's say we don't see it happen
He
much.
can do it. He can do it. You know why? 2019 World Cup, what did he do? The crowd were giving Steve Smith a very bad
yes.
time. But Kohli told him, what is it?
Exactly. Yes. So you actually, yes, he could.
He could do it.
He could
but
do
I
it.
think what will happen is because there is so much of these fan schisms in India, it is so deep, it will be taken out of context.
Yeah.
That's the quicksand that
I'll
he's in.
agree. That imagine, I remember that there was one time where he and Anushka spoke about, not
Not
bursting crackers or something.
Oh man.
Oh
They got
yes.
so much hate as, it became a religious thing.
Yeah.
That became
And
a religious
yeah,
thing.
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Their thing was, I don't think the intention was to talk about pro or against or any religion. It was purely on the basis of pollution. Right?
Yeah.
And they were trolled left, right, and center.
By the way, there are some fans out there who are just seeing this as an opportunity to get after a player who comes from a Muslim-dominated country. So there are those fans as well.
I know.
See, it's just ugly on those grounds.
That religion is something we stay away from.
We stay away.
Yeah, we are cricket lovers, and cricket or a sport is beyond religion boundaries.
Yep.
It is the religion. Cricket,
That actually is
above all.
above all.
Luckily you pointed in the right spot, unlike Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Mehul, talking about fans and what they perceive, Mehul Chatterjee says here, you are all haters of LSG and
KL.
KL Rahul, give him some respect.
I mean, I picked LSG to make the top 4 there.
I have
Me
picked
too.
LSG to make top 4, so again the word hater.
I know.
Unless he's a Chatterjee who's a KKR fan and who's like double bluffing us.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'll do a Salman Khan. That's it.
Just don't dance like him and we're good.
Please.
Aryan Vishwanathan again,
Yeah.
US of A, says disadvantage Mumbai and advantage RCB. As Mumbai played before RCB, RCB would know their target to qualify. No.
No.
RCB doesn't need a target. In
Yeah.
case Mumbai win, RCB just need to win.
Exactly, because the net run rate will be better anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just doesn't matter. Hope Sky does some magic to offset it. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
no
matter.
matter what happens.
See,
What Sky is he referring to? Like Suryakumar or
Oh,
the
Bangalore
Bangalore Sky?
anyway, see, advantage for the opposition is, I think he's reversed it. MI are playing SRH at Wankhede. RCB are playing GT, the defending champions.
Yeah.
No, there is. See, it was just about 5 days back when you saw RCB steamroll RR. You don't know. It is very much possible. It is, if by chance it's a 70-80 odd run win for Mumbai tomorrow, RCB will feel it a bit. I'm sure.
No, I don't think. Even a
No.
70-run victory ain't gonna do much.
Yeah.
70?
Yeah, because I'm telling you, because it's the end of the season, changing.
Oh, well, Mumbai is also
net
negative,
run rate.
right?
Minus
70 won't be good.
Exactly.
Yeah, 70
Yeah.
won't be good.
So
yeah.
net run rate issue will not be there for RCB. Either once the game is done, they'd be relieved that no, if in case Mumbai have lost, they will just need to go there and
Win.
no, lose also they'll qualify.
No.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mumbai have lost.
Mumbai have lost.
Mumbai
If
lost,
Mumbai
yeah.
have lost, RCB have nothing to
Yeah,
worry. They've
yeah,
qualified.
yeah,
Done.
yeah.
Dusted.
Yeah.
Over. Bye bye. See you. Tata. Whatever you want to do.
That was
It's done. If Mumbai were to win,
Yeah.
no matter with whatever margin, RCB will just need to go and win.
win. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Simple.
There was anyway a comment when KKR were cruising towards the target. They were saying, some of the people there, they were saying that should Krunal call up his younger brother for some help? Because he would have needed GT's help in a big way. Now they don't. CSK and LSG have qualified on their
But
own merit.
why would you need to call up? Wouldn't Hardik and co still want to win? Why would you want to lose? At best, they could do is make a few changes to their team and maybe give chances to a few players that haven't got a run. That's, but they'd still go out there to win. Right?
Yeah, they will. They will. Definitely. GT are a team who would want to ensure they don't
And
slip
never
up.
let go of that momentum. by the
Yeah.
way.
Just
So,
before the playoff, the qualifier one. So that's why.
if one slot opens up, Indian T20 middle order, it should go to Rinku and not Tilak, as Rinku has shown extraordinary metal to absorb pressure when 5 wickets are down and yet do impossible chases with 450s. I think they're two very different batsmen.
And different roles too. Tilak
Yeah.
is a 3 or 4. Rinku
Yes.
is a finisher.
Finisher.
And with Rinku, the advantage you have is he's not that type of finisher who look to attack from ball one necessarily. He can take his time and then in the, like what he's done here, what he did against even GT for that matter, against SRH2 he's done it. He has that ability that, he will absorb the pressure, whereas, and then in the end take that time and then just, attack. Tilak on the other hand, someone who starts off at 3-4 and then
Yeah.
you know,
And
different roles.
let us be very honest about Rinku Singh. Fantastic player, yes. He's showed his mettle absolutely in the season. But remember, the bowlers that he's targeted, barring Naveen, it's all been local Indian talent. International cricket is a different beast altogether. So give Rinku some time. I would just say that. Let us not be. I know it's.
No, but he's done well against all bowlers,
Yeah.
I mean, you're only looking at the ones he scored 20, 30
who's
runs.
murdered, basically.
Yeah.
But he's done well against every bowler. That's
Yes.
But the point still taken that maybe IPL performances don't necessarily translate into it. And that's a valid point.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see once he does. But to say that he's only got runs against Indian bowlers, that's unfair. Yes, he's murdered them, but that's also
Yeah.
because they were in that situation.
Hmm.
Would have seen if there had been somebody else and in that situation what he would have done.
Plus, he's also been a quietly consistent performer in domestic cricket. You can't ignore that. He's not just like an IPL star for UP. He's been one of their main batters for at least the last few years. In fact, people are only seeing Rinku Singh in KKR now. He's been with the franchise since 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, breaking news, guys.
Hmm.
Manchester City are Premier League champions.
Arsenal lost.
Oh.
Arsenal lost.
Can we get a bottle into the stadium in tribute of Arsenal? If they just
Shout out,
bottled
bro. Shall we shout out, bro? Also?
I was
Literally.
A bottle because London's biggest bottlers.
That's not a surprise.
There was, by the way, an unhappy.
But yeah, I mean, I know why you're surprised. You actually thought Arsenal would have any
No.
chance now. So Manchester City are EPL champions. We'll do a video on that right after this.
This also means that Shane's team will have to give them a guard of honor tomorrow.
Chelsea.
Yeah, because we're playing them. No, you normally do it. It's a tradition. You do it. You're gonna do it.
5th title in 6 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Man.
And finals of the Champions League
And the FA Cup.
and FA Cup.
Treble loading.
Yeah.
Where
Well, one is done.
second or third. When is the FA Cup final? Third.
Second.
Third.
Third.
And 11th is the Champions
Tenth,
League.
tenth.
10th is the Champions League.
Hat trick of titles also.
Where's the Istanbul? this time?
Istanbul,
It
yeah.
was supposed to be in, I think, Russia.
Yeah, but
Obviously, that got canned.
So Aditya Kavlekar. Usually we don't take such mean comments. But I'll take it in good humor because
Yes.
I know that he literally doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
He's just saying it. He is saying that I'm only worried that if Mumbai Indians don't make it to playoffs, the Geo free broadcast online telecast might not happen. We're just taking it in good humor. You know, there is no connection with
Yeah.
any of those things. Broadcasters are fighting a different battle, and the team is fighting a different battle, and they are not interrelated. Them qualifying, not doing nothing, but just because you were creative enough to come up with something unique, we have taken.
This is interesting.
I know. Why Nirmal Kumar Singh, why Rinku rejected to run when there was a double run available to take in the third ball? Yes.
Good point, Nirmal. But I
think
tell
he
you
was
why.
injured. I think he was
No,
injured.
no,
No.
I'll tell you why. I see at that time, the only reason I can think of at that time, he's not 100% sure it'll be a 2.
Yeah.
So he's worried that if it's just a single, I'm off strike, we're not winning. Because if you remember, a situation like that happened where he was trying to take a 2 and he would have been out had it been a proper throw. That was a poor
Yeah,
throw
yeah, yeah.
away from the wicket keeper, and that's why he survived that. And I think after he made that mistake, next time he wouldn't have gone, unless it was a clear double where he was 100% certain that it'll be a double, he wouldn't have run. So,
Man,
so
had he-
that's why.
Had he taken that 2, a wide 6, 4, 6.
The only mistake that I think which was something he could have avoided is taken that single, the last ball. That was an easy single where Weber was at the non-striker
Weber
end,
was alone.
where he came, almost ran, was ready to sacrifice his wicket. All Rinku needed was to run there. That would have given him that one extra ball.
Yes.
Well, Weber did that, I think, took a single, but you never know with Rinku, it could have been a boundary, and that could have made the difference. So that one ball, that I think that was an easy single.
Yes.
That he should have gone for. That double, I feel he was not 100% certain, and you didn't want to be run out at that point. So I think he played percentage, as in it's better for me to be on strike and whack sixes, which he almost did, by the way. So.
Yeah.
I mean, actually that fifth ball, I think Yash Thakur was very clever. He bowled it outside off.
Yeah.
Because if you had to bowl it anywhere on middle or leg,
Which is why I was surprised he didn't keep going for that line. I know he bowled a couple of wides, but still you should have gone. Percentage, again, that is better. With Rinku, if you bowled anywhere around his body, that arc.
then he's a pocket rocket.
Yeah.
I mean, that 110 meter six, woof. I mean, it didn't look like he got that much power into it, but dear God, the sound of the bat, to
Yeah.
quote a very popular line here.
Yep.
Riju Bhattacharya wants to know who has been the more impressive youngster, Jaiswal or Rinku? So,
It's a tough one, really.
Oof. Yeah. You can't pick really.
Riju says, don't say they play different roles, but you can't
Can't
Stop
skirt
me.
that fact.
stop me from saying it. They do play different roles.
Yeah.
So I said it. There, you go. But who's been more impressive? Oh, very tough choice. Both have been outstanding in the roles that they perform.
Also, both have been impressive, whilst other more experienced senior figures haven't been as consistent.
Yeah.
Rinku in the lower middle order and Jaiswal at the top of the order, where Josh Butler has had a terrible year.
Yeah. I can't pick one.
Neither can I.
Anybody?
No.
Maybe what we'll do is have a poll later as to the youngster that impressed you the most, and we'll put some more options later. We'll put it as a post maybe tomorrow, and maybe have a debate on Monday because it's a
Non-match
day where you don't have a match. We'll debate it.
When's the last time we said day you won't have a match?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months back.
2 months back.
Yep.
Okay, Sid, take the question.
Aditya Mohanty, as always, Dr. Aditya Mohanty, my favorite. Said, won't you blame Rinku entirely for KKR's loss? I just did about 2 minutes back. I said he didn't take that single. We all discussed that. Taking him, like you blamed MSD entirely for loss against RR. I will say it, and I'm not changing that. MSD was responsible for that because he didn't attack from the very first 2 overs. He just tried to make it up in the 3rd over, and there is no, the last line, totally disagree with you. You seem to be totally in a different world, because I just said about 2 minutes back, yes, Rinku can be blamed for those 2 instances that happened. One, that 2 runs that he didn't take, maybe he was spooked by the earlier run out attempt, maybe, but that still doesn't mean that it's a fine margin of 1 run. 2 runs wide, 6, 4, 6 could have happened, but even the best make mistakes. Dr. Aditya Mohanty, so thank you.
Okay, our poll, who's your man of the match, Pooran or Rinku? Rinku winning it hands down at 67 of 33 balls, even though his team ended up on the losing side. Okay, yes. Any more questions?
Praveen Akriti points out something interesting, saying that RR can still qualify if RCB lose by more than 4 runs tomorrow. So they have to lose.
No. There's a bigger difference in that. It can't be 4 runs.
6 runs.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's very fine.
Because MI has to lose.
Okay.
RCB,
Amato has to lose.
Yeah.
That's got no connection.
if RCB lose by 6 runs or more, RR will qualify.
Can't be that small.
It
the
is,
margin.
it
Let's
is.
see the net run rate, please. The gap between RCB is plus 0.180 and Rajasthan is
0.32.
0.148. 0.32 cannot be 6 run.
No, but
0.032.
0.032 cannot be 6 or 8 runs.
That's what came up in the
Don't
scenarios.
quote a tweet.
Not a tweet.
You saw a proper statistician
article.
do it.
Proper article in this. Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
6 runs.
I actually
I'll stand corrected.
with NRR it's also a weird thing because see, technically Kolkata lost today, but their net run rate has improved.
0.017. It's improved too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's improved. So sometimes net run rate, I've never understood the math behind it. I just assume it's something right, and it's like the stock market.
No. It's like the Duckworth-Lewis system.
Yeah,
We
I just assume
that
that whatever is presented to me, I believe. I can't figure this out.
Nobody can figure out that formula. It's just told you this many balls, this many is
And we're like,
needed, is your
okay.
run.
It's a mathematical equation.
Anyone could say anything at this point and we'll be like, yeah.
Yeah.
According to DLS, that's it. Done. We believe
Okay,
it.
we'll figure that out and come back. But if Siddharth says he's read somewhere, then that's interesting.
Yeah.
But we said that Rajasthan are also in the
Fray.
Mix.
fray, yes.
Yeah.
But for that, both RCB and Mumbai have to lose. Mumbai just have to lose. RCB with a few runs, but we'll see
Yeah.
how that pans out. Okay.
Okay.
Arco Ray says, mark my words, both MI and RCB are losing tomorrow and R are going to qualify. RK, by the way, that was my prediction 2 days ago.
If that happens, then I'll be RR and pick. But I did think that they should have qualified considering they won what 5 out of 6.
5 out of
in
6.
the
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Pawan, we've spoken a lot about Rinku Singh. Just rewind, go back to the point where we did, and you'd get those insights that we discussed. And if you're joining us live right now, we've been on for close to 45 minutes, 1 hour, something like that.
Yep.
Must be 45 minutes. Naveen would get a befitting reply by VK, as we can never forget Sagar Madhukar Singh. By the way, it is all, the universe is conspiring, it's all building towards a Lucknow Super Giants and a Royal Challengers Bangalore Eliminator 1.
The stars are aligned.
Eliminator. One eliminator.
Qualifier 1 and qualifier 2.
Right.
At Chepauk.
At Chepauk.
Which incidentally is the rematch of last year's eliminator, which by the way few, if any, cared about in this sense. Also came about thanks to LSG beating KKR. It's very encore-ish this year.
Yep.
So everyone's, by the way, if that was to happen, I think this will rival or probably even beat a CSK match. The maximum ratings this season has been CSK.
Yeah.
Imagine if this game was to happen. And I think I want to see this game. So for that, I'd want RCB to qualify for the sake of watching this game.
Yeah, anyway, see, RCB, they will be at their absolute best against them, only to lose to CSK.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, Nikhil Raj says revenue sharing model of IPL should be changed. 10 no team
The
should
10
be
number
getting-
team, number 10 team basically, who finishes 10th.
shouldn't be getting 500 crore, they should be getting around 300 crore, and first should get around 600. No, so how it is, Nikhil, as far as I know, that everything is split. That's not the prize money. The revenue which comes from television and central sponsorship pool, that's all evenly split by all teams, just as participating team, because that's the pie that you have of your profits. Now, there is an additional prize money that the BCCI gives in addition to the revenue sharing that each team has. That prize money is right now only given to the top 4 teams in descending order, where the winners get the most. I don't know if it was 20 crore or something like that. I'll have to still check. Then the next second team may get 10, third gets 5 and 3 or something like that. I'll have to check. I'm not sure with my numbers, but it is exactly like that. So the top 4 teams get prize money, but the revenue is to be divided equally, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's what happens in most other sports, like in football as well. The revenue is divided like that. There have been other teams, for example, I remember La Liga went through a big of an issue where Real Madrid and Barcelona said that we should get majority of the chunk and it should not be evenly split because we bring in that money. Majority of the guys buy television right from where you get the money because a Real Madrid and a Barcelona are playing, so we should get, and there was this argument, but I don't think they passed that.
No, actually with Spain it's a lot more complicated. So for instance in the Premier League, they negotiate for television rights as the Premier League entity. In La Liga it's very different. Each club negotiates individually.
No, but they sell La Liga rights in
That's
territories together.
international.
Yeah.
Spain, which is still their biggest money, this thing. Real and Barca and all have their own domestic rights. So that's actually problematic in its own way.
Yeah.
Because a Real and a Barca will definitely be getting upwards of say 150 million euros. Whereas an Espanyol or a Racing Santander will get maybe 20 to 30 at most.
I think this is unfair.
It is.
Because,
It's a terrible model.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the league is there. That's why people watch that.
Hello.
Then don't have a league. Might as well just have Real Madrid and Barcelona continue to play against.
10 मिनट रुक सकते हो तो रुक जाइए.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a different model.
आप
That,
पूछ
it doesn't
लीजिएगा 10
happen.
मिनट रुक गए.
Any more questions do we have? Saurabh Sharma says, tell me the scenario both Mumbai RCB won, then RCB qualified.
RCB qualified.
RCB go.
Yep.
Did KKR make a mistake with the impact player?
In hindsight, yes. Because you brought in Suyash thinking it's a spinning track. At
Yeah.
that point, the track wasn't spinning. You could have maybe added an extra batter, even if that batter had to be Anukul.
Yeah.
That is something.
Right.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for giving us company. The result of our poll, have you ended the poll? Let's take, we put a poll out because two standout performers today in Rinku Singh 67 and Puran 58, and we got about 200 plus 200 close to 250 votes, and 63% have gone with Rinku Singh. I don't
Yeah.
think we can really argue
No.
with that, right? Okay guys, see you, thank you so much for your company.
Yep.
And
the
we'll see you.
final league games in about 14 hours time. Because first game tomorrow, Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Wankhede Stadium, followed by Royal Challengers Bangalore versus the Gujarat Titans at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. And you'll know who's your fourth team. Congratulations to Chennai Super Kings and Lucknow Super Giants. They are number 2 and number 3, and it is GT versus CSK first qualifier.
Yes.
Ikpreet, good morning to you. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Take
Take care.
See you today. Bye bye.
Yep. See you today.
See you.